ladies and gentlemen, once again, as always, the one, the only, the motherfucking General, Miguel Magallon. And as always, the president, the founder, the CEO of Magallon Entertainment and president of the Sports Betting Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast this evening. To everyone listening to me across the country and around the motherfucking world, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for subscribing, thank you for riding with me, and thank you for being here with me this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I am here to give you all of my Thursday football bets. I'm here to give you early insights and predictions into my Sunday NFL bets and give you guys a sneak preview into what I am betting this weekend on Saturday in college football and in boxing with Canelo Alvarez versus that bitch-ass Charlo brothers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome home. Be ready. Be prepared. And as always, when I'm about to drop you some heat, when I'm about to give you some information, when I'm about to drop some knowledge in this motherfucker, say it with me. Ladies and gentlemen, get the pen and the pads, get the pen and the pads, get the pens and the motherfucking pads. And let's get started this evening. So, let's start off with Thursday Night Football. And what I'm betting this evening, what I'm betting tonight on the NFL ticket. Tonight, I am betting the Detroit Lions on the money line, not the -2. I am taking the money line, not the -2, against the Green Bay Packers. Now, for all of you guys who haven't listened to my video that I released earlier today in the afternoon, let me tell you why I'm taking the Detroit Lions on the money line. When I first started the season, I said I think the Lions are overrated. I don't think they're a 10, 11, or 12 win team, but I think they're going to win at least 6, 7, 8 games this season. Secondly, I think the Green Bay Packers are going to win the division this season. I think the Green Bay Packers are going to win at least, let me say that again, at least 10 games this season. And I think Jordan Love is going to look really good statistically. Because in my opinion, the Green Bay Packers have the second best offensive line in football. Let me say that part again. I think the Green Bay Packers have the second best offensive line in football. Okay? That's just my opinion. So, because they have the second best offensive line in football, I think the San Francisco 49ers have the best offensive line in football, but I think the Green Bay Packers have the second best. And so because of that, with a young quarterback like Jordan Love, who I don't think he's special. I don't think he's elite. I don't think he's the truth. I don't think he's fucking a miracle. I don't think he's the next fucking Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. And I don't think he's the heir apparent to Aaron Rodgers. I think he is a basic ass bitch. I think he's average. I think he's mediocre. I think he's aight, but I don't think he's special. I don't think he's elite. I don't think he's the fucking truth or the next coming of Patrick Mahomes or anybody. But because he has the second best offensive line in football, in my opinion, he is the type of quarterback, he's the type of dude, when he plays against an average or mediocre defense, when he plays against a shitty defense, when he plays against a fucking trash defense in the NFL, in this league, that can't get to the quarterback, that can't rush the quarterback, that can't sack the quarterback, that can't put pressure on the quarterback, and their fucking pass coverage sucks. Those are the type of teams that Jordan Love is going to feast. Those are the type of teams that he is going to look phenomenally statistically. Those are the type of teams that he's going to eat alive every single Sunday, every single fucking weekend. Because I don't care how average you are, when you give a quarterback too much time in the pocket and you give him time to have fucking breakfast, dinner, late night supper, you give him time to eat a fucking bagel, make some coffee, take a shower, like you give him way too much fucking time in the pocket. I don't care if it's fucking Mac Jones's dumbass or Daniel Jones without Saquon Barkley or fucking, you fucking name it, right? When you give a quarterback in this league of any caliber a ton of time in the pocket, they're going to look great statistically because eventually their receivers are just going to get wide open. because these DBs can't cover forever. At some point, somebody's going to get open in the middle. At some point, somebody's just going to go deep. At some point, somebody's going to take a 5-yard slant pass and fucking take it to the fucking house. At some point, somebody's just going to make it too easy. And that's what Jordan Love is in. He is in a situation where when he plays against the second best offensive line in football, he has time for days, time for hours, time for weeks to sit there, let his receivers get open. He doesn't have to throw them open like Patrick Mahomes does, or, Joe Burrow, or fucking some of these elite QBs do, right? He doesn't have to throw them open. All he has to do is wait for them to get open and just give them the ball, and they'll do the rest of the work. They'll give them those yak yards, right? As we like to call it, yards after the catch. So that's who Jordan Love is to me. He is a great statistical quarterback, but he is still average. He is mediocre. He is not special. He is not the truth. He is not the elite. He just looks elite statistically because his pass protection gives him a fuck ton of time in the pocket. So what did I say about the Packers and how I'm going to play them this season? I said 2 things to start the season. I said, 1, I'm going to bet the Green Bay Packers to win the division. 2, I think they're going to win 10 games at least because they have a trash schedule. And 3, I think Jordan Love is going to feast, eat alive bad defenses that don't know how to do pass protection coverage. And then last but not least, and this is the most importantly, I think he's going to get exposed. I think he's going to get annihilated. And I think he's going to get revealed as a mediocre quarterback when he does play a pass defense that's elite, when he does play a team that knows how to get to the QB, when he does go against a team that knows how to sack you and only have to rush 4 and put everyone else in coverage. In those situations, when he has to play a top 5, top 10 defense, that's when he gets exposed. That's when he shows he's not elite. And that's when he looks terribly statistically. I think that's what almost happened last week with the Saints. Because the Saints, who should have fucking won that game, great job, Derek Carr. All you do is fuck me. Great job. Appreciate it, bro. You gotta fucking be kidding me. Telling you, Derek Carr, his whole life, all he's been doing is letting people down. What a fucking trash quarterback, man. 3 straight weeks, all he does is fucking just fuck me and let me down. Telling you, I take a -3 week 1 against the Titans. He only wins by 1. Then the following week, I'm like, it's okay. You're going to make it up to me. You're going to fucking, you're going to beat, who they play in week 2? Let me check this out real quick. I forgot who they played in week 2. I know week 1, they were playing, the Titans. No. Week 1, the Chiefs were, week 1, they played the Titans. I took him -3. He only won by 1. Great job, Derek Carr. And then the next week, week 2, that's when he played the fucking Panthers. I took him -3 again. He had an 11-point lead, and he only won by 3. He gave me a push. Bro, you were up by 11 points with like 3 minutes left. You were up by 11 points. All you had to do was cover the -3, and his defense gave up a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, so they only won by 3. Go fucking figure. And then last week, I take him one more motherfucking time on the fucking money line, and he loses the game because the kicker can't hit a 45-yard field goal to win the game with 15 seconds left in regulation. He misses a 45-yard field goal. You gotta fucking be kidding me. And of course, everyone wants to text me. It's not his fault. It's not his fault, General. Derek Carr is a good guy. He's such a nice person. He's not a bad QB. He just can't cover a -3 to save his fucking life, apparently. So fuck this motherfucker, man. Every motherfucking time. Now this week, he's at home against the Buccaneers, and guess what the spread is? -3. You gotta fucking be kidding me. Come on, Derek Carr. Cover a fucking 3 for once in your motherfucking life. You bitch ass quarterback. Can't stand this motherfucker, man. Kiss my motherfucking ass, bro. This dude's a bitch, in my opinion. So, whatever. By the way, I'm probably going to take him on the -3. I gotta say, I just think the Saints defense is for real. I think they have a top 5 defense. I think the Saints have a top 5 defense, and I think they have a top 5 offensive line. I don't think they should be 2-1. I think they should be 3-0. They literally missed a 45-yard field goal with 15 seconds left in the game, down by 1. They were literally down by 1 with 15 seconds left in the game. All they had to do was kick the 45-yard field goal. And he missed that shit, so they ended up losing by 1. You gotta fucking be kidding me. They could have won the game by 2, cashed out the money line. Instead, they lost by 1 because they missed the 45-yard field goal with 15 seconds left in regulation. Are you serious? They play the Titans at home, take a -3. Derek Carr wins by 1. I take a -3 again on the road against fucking the Panthers with a rookie QB, and they have a top 10 offensive line, top 10 defense. They had an 11-point lead. They give up a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. They only win by 3. So he still doesn't cover the 3. He gets a push. You gotta fucking be kidding me. So, and then of course, like I said last week, misses a 45-yard field goal with 15 seconds left in regulation. Loses by 1. Now here we are against the fucking Bucks. Against Baker Mayfield's dumbass. Against a team, even when they had Tom Brady, they were beating them in the regular season. Minus a fucking 3. Watch him win by fucking 2. I mean, this is who this dude is. So, but I'm going to take him because, again, I think the Saints are going to win the division. I think the Saints are going to make it to the playoffs. I think the Saints are going to get blown out in the playoffs. But I think they're going to win probably 9-10 games this season, maybe 11, because I think they have a top 10 defense and a top 10 offensive line. They're going to win the division. They're going to win 10, 11 games this season, and they're going to get exposed in the playoffs because that's who Derek Carr is. He gives you enough hope to make you think he's the guy, and then when you need him most to fucking deliver, he proves to you he's not the guy. And then the next season, he wins a bunch of regular season meaningless games, and then he makes it to the playoffs, and then he loses in the playoffs, and then he once again shows you he's not that fucking guy. He's not that guy. He's just a guy who wants to get paid like he's that guy. And that's why it's hard to keep a good roster around him, because he wants to get paid like he's Patrick Mahomes. He wants to get paid like he's Joe Burrow. He wants to get paid like he's fucking Josh Allen, like he's actually accomplished something in this league. Only thing he's done is win 2 playoff games in 10 years. You got to be kidding me. But whatever. So that's kind of what's happening there. Yeah, that's a sneak peek into that. But with that being said, the Packers should not be 2-1. They should be 1-2. I think the Packers, once again, I think they have the second best offensive line in football. I think they have an average defense. But again, Jordan Love, just like any other quarterback in this league, you give him too much time in the pocket, you give him unlimited time to throw, his receivers are inevitably eventually going to get open. He's going to throw the ball to them. They're going to get a bunch of yards after the catch. We call it the yak. And he's going to look phenomenally statistically. And he's going to beat a bunch of mediocre average teams who have a trash defense and who can't get to the quarterback, can't sack the quarterback, and can't put pressure on the quarterback. He's going to eat those motherfuckers alive like it's a fucking buffet for $15.99. He's going to drop dimes on them hoes. But then when he plays a good defense that can get to the quarterback, know how to pick off a quarterback, know how to sack a quarterback, and know how to beat the dog shit out of quarterback, Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Cowboys, San Francisco 49ers, right? Even the Kansas City Chiefs now look like they finally have an elite defense. Those teams that know how to fucking get to you, Jordan Love is going to get exposed. He's going to get annihilated. And I think when he gets to the playoffs, because again, I do have him winning this division, I think he's going to get humiliated. And he's going to show management that he doesn't have what it takes to replace Aaron Rodgers. And they need to go look for somebody else in the draft, in my opinion. So with that being said, tonight I'm taking the Detroit Lions on the money line because I don't want to get fucked with the fucking -2 because the last, 3 games that the Packers have played in, they either win by 2 or win by 2. Lose by 2, win by 2. Lose by 2, win by 2. This last game, they only beat the Saints by 1 point. The game before that against the Atlanta Falcons, I think that's the game they lost, and they lost that game by, I think, exactly 2 points. You know what I mean? So Green Bay Packers, they keep the games close. It's always a field goal. It always comes down to the end. They're 2-1. In my opinion, they should be 1-2. But it's okay. After tonight, they're going to be 2-2 because I have the Detroit Lions winning this game. I think they got big-headed when they beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead Stadium without Travis Kelce and without Chris Jones. They got full of themselves. They thought they were headed to the Super Bowl. Then the next week they go home. Seattle Seahawks pull up and they beat the brakes off that pussy because Seattle was mad that they got fucking embarrassed in Seattle by the fucking LA Rams. So they took that frustration out on the Lions. And then the Lions ended up getting their fucking shit humiliated. And then the next week the Lions took it out on the Falcons. And then the Falcons got humiliated. So now the Falcons are off onto the road. They have to go out there, fly to fucking Europe and play the Jaguars. And the Jaguars just got fucking embarrassed because they lost to a fucking backup quarterback. You gotta fucking be kidding me. So yeah, it's a bunch of I think it's a bunch of teams this weekend who are looking for some payback. Dallas Cowboys are one of them, Raiders are another. The Jets, the Patriots. There's a lot of games. There's a lot of teams this weekend who are looking to like bounce back. Baltimore Ravens, for example. Broncos. Fucking Dolphins just dropped 70 on that pussy. There's a lot of teams that are looking to bounce back because they feel like they got embarrassed or they got fucking humiliated on national TV. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to take the Jaguars on Sunday morning out there in Europe. I think I'm going to take the Jags on the money line. Tonight, I'm taking the Detroit Lions on the money line. Again, Jordan Love is not special. He's not the truth. He's not elite. I have him winning the division and winning 10 games at least because I think he has a trash schedule and I think he has the second best offensive line in football that's going to make him look great statistically. But I think in reality, he's kind of like Kirk Cousins. He's going to put up a lot of big numbers, but inside your heart, this motherfucker is overrated as fuck. So with that being said, I'm taking the Lions on the money line because they do have a good defense. They do have a good offense. And the Packers are missing 2 starters from their offensive line because they got injured on Sunday. So now, even though Jordan Love normally has the second best offensive line in football, because he's missing 2 of his starters this evening, I'm going to take the Detroit Lions, who probably was going to beat him regardless, because again, they have a good defense in football. And that's the type of team that really exposes and highlights the fact that Jordan Love is not elite. So for me, give me the Detroit Lions on the road on the money line. Sunday morning, give me the Jaguars at home. And then, of course, you guys know, I'm also going to take the Saints one more motherfucking time. And some of my early picks for next week, I'm looking at the LA Rams to have a bounce back game. I had the LA Rams as my favorite bet of the week last week against the Cincinnati Bengals, against Joe Burrow with that calf injury, that knee injury, and I told you his back hurts, his leg hurts, and his pussy hurt, and instead he turned around and made my fucking bankroll hurt. So now I'm mad, now I'm frustrated, now I'm big fucking upset, and I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to go ahead and take the Rams against the Colts, and the Colts just had an upset. I think, was it the Colts? I can't remember. Who did the Colts play last week? The Colts played, let me see, because I think the Colts won last week. Let me check. Yeah, the Colts were the ones that upset Baltimore out there in, out there in Baltimore. They upset the Ravens. So I think the Rams are going to take that frustration out. I have the Rams on even money, and I'm going to run that shit back with the Rams one more fucking time, and the Rams are going to go win me back that money. I'm also taking the Saints. I'm taking the Eagles. I'm probably taking the Vikings on the money line. I'm taking the Steelers on the money line. I'm taking the Raiders on the money line. I'm taking the Cowboys, the Niners on the money line. And I'm going to take the Chiefs and the Seahawks on the money line. These are just some of the games I'm looking at. And I'm also leaning towards the Bengals -2.5 against the Titans because I do not trust Ryan Tannehill's bitch ass. So anyways, those are just some of the games that I'm looking at on Sunday. Those are some of my early predictions, some of my early leads. Again, just to recap, tonight, give me Detroit Lions on the money line. Sunday morning, give me the Jags on the money line. Sunday afternoon, give me the Raiders, give me the Cowboys, give me the Niners, and give me the Chiefs on the money line. And then on Monday, I'm leaning towards the Seahawks right now. So those are some of my plays that I'm looking at for Sunday, some of my plays for tonight. And then I'll give you guys a sneak peek into Saturday, and I'm out of here. On Saturday, I'm looking at taking Deion Sanders primetime one more fucking time. He got blown out and embarrassed and humiliated last week against Oregon. I think he's going to have a good bounce back week this week against USC. I'm taking him to cover the spread, and I'm going to put $100 on the money line, which is like plus 700, plus 750. I lost 750 last week on Deion Sanders. I put 550 on the spread to cover the 21, and I put 200 on the money line. So I lost 750 last week. If he cashes out the money line, that's going to cash me out 750 this week. So he's going to make me back all my money. So I'm going to put 100 on the money line, and I'll probably put like 300 or 400 on the spread again this week. And then Saturday night, I'm taking Canelo Alvarez against Charlo's bitch ass. And I think Canelo Alvarez is going to murder him on national TV. So with that being said, those are some of my early plays, some of my early picks. Let me know what you guys think. Drop something in the comment section. Make sure you just subscribe. Other than that, see you guys on Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, say it with me. Thank you for listening to the one, the only, the motherfucking general. Hamagayon Entertainment! Now let's go out there and get our money back this week. Fuck the books.